Hello. Today I would like to talk about wave management from the perspective of a support. So very often I see supports that don't really pay much attention to how they're affecting the wave, where it is, and all of that. So today I'm going to go over the very basics of wave management, particularly freezing and shoving, which are the two main components. I'm going to tell you about when to do it and how to do it. And give you a couple of examples. So starting with when to do it. The first thing is, what is your ADC doing? Are they shoving the wave? Are they freezing the wave? And don't fight them on that. If they have a thing they want to do, follow them. Even if it's the wrong call or it's not the most optimal call, it's better to do what they're doing rather than trying to freeze it when they're shoving or trying to shove when they're freezing, because you're just going to end up with a slow push and an upset ADC, neither of which is necessarily a good thing. And then for the shoving, you want to do that when you force the enemy ADC to back or you've killed them. You want to do it so that you can poke the enemy under their tower, because then they have less places to go to dodge your skill shots. And also you want to keep in mind that there needs to be a lack of danger from getting ganked. So the jungler or the enemy mid laner coming down and trying to kill you. And then also if your ADC needs to back, you can shove in the wave so that they can back and not lose minions. For freezing, it's good for providing safety for your ADC, so that they can stay back and easily farm and not be threatened from either being ganked or from engages from the enemy lane. And then it's good for forcing the enemy lane to overextend for farm, and can potentially also set up a gank if you can get your jungler or mid laner to come down. And it's also particularly useful against low range enemies, because then they can't really poke you or safely hit the wave from a long distance. And then moving on to the how, your main tools are going to be your support item, which executes minions, your auto attacks, as well as AoE skills. So for the support item, when you're shoving, you want to kill the cannon, the melee or the ranged minion in that order at the highest health possible. So for melee champions, that's going to be 50%, and for ranged champions, that's going to be 30%. And then for freezing, you want to kill the melee minions at the lowest health possible. And then only like 1 or 2, depending on how much the wave is pushing, but that's something you kind of get a sense for with experience. And then for your autos and your AoE skills, you want to only really use them for shoving, and you want to be hitting the ranged minions so that you avoid messing up your ADC's farming. So that's the basics of how and when. So going into the first example, this is me on Soraka with the Sigs, and we're looking for a shove. So I hit the melee minion, I hit the backline with my Q, and then I hit another melee minion for my support item. And then this essentially allows us to poke the Kaelin, and especially since their support had to back, you see them coming back now. Because we got the shove off, we were getting a really advantageous trade here. We even get the heal out, as you see, and that was all because we decided to shove at a good time. Moving on to this next one, I see my Xayah has set up a freeze. So me, as Braum, I'm not going to disturb that too much. I'm going to look to hit this melee minion at the lowest health possible, but basically just letting it go in here. You'll see me missing multiple minions to Xayah because we're essentially contesting these minions, because I'm looking for the lowest health possible. And I'm entirely fine with that. It's better that I don't get the most optimal amount of gold over basically making sure that the minions stay in the right place. And you see LeBlanc has returned to the lane now. She's struggling to really farm too efficiently because she's having to step up way past river, you saw Pike come in there, B, even if that hook lands, it's not too big a deal because we're already under the tower. And Xayah is getting to farm freely, and LeBlanc is under a lot more pressure to get farm, which means that she's going to miss more and so on. And then also, in a moment here, you'll see LeBlanc essentially dash in to get all of them, and our jungler shows up, forcing out the LeBlanc flash, and we get the kill on Pike, all because we set up that freeze. So you see a lot of benefits in this sequence. So yeah, that's it. That has been my very introductory guide to wave management as a support. I'll probably make a more advanced one in the future, but hopefully this has been helpful to you and you can take it into your games, and I'll see you next time.